Well, hi again, it's Tim, your living sky guy from the Paris of the Prairies, beautiful Saskatoon. And yes, I know it's been a long time since I've talked to you. As I'm driving and watching that beautiful sunset right behind me, behind the camera, it's reminding me to take a couple of minutes and give you some warning about an astronomical event that's happening in 2 months' time. Now, why is it so urgent that I tell you about this thing that's happening in 2 months' time? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So what is happening in just over 2 months, at sunrise on the 10th of June, there's going to be an annular eclipse of the sun. Now, where's it going to be visible? It's going to be visible in its total version of it in northern Ontario going up into northern Canada. And when you go to either side of that path, whether you're going east or west, we're going to be able to see some partial versions of that eclipse, not the total eclipse. When the sun is rising on that morning of June the 10th, the eclipse will already be happening and being very close to ending. So why am I telling you about this in 2 months ahead of time? Because you need to prepare for it. If you remember back in 2017, we all went out and we bought eclipse glasses. And if you bought eclipse glasses and you kept them, that's what you need to be able to view this safely. Now, what's different about an annular eclipse as compared to a total eclipse of the sun has to do with how much of the sun's surface is actually going to be blocked by the moon. As you remember, an eclipse is basically caused when the sun's over here, the Earth's over here, and the moon's in between, and it's breaking that view. Now, in a total eclipse of the sun, which we had on August the 21st of 2017, the distance between the Earth and the moon was such that when the eclipse was in its totality, the moon was actually covering all of the surface of the sun from our view in the areas where totality is happening, so that you were able to see things like the corona of the sun. Now, what's different about an annular eclipse is the moon's further away from us, so it appears smaller. So what we're getting is what's known as a ring of fire eclipse. So in the areas where totality is occurring, because the moon is appearing smaller in the sky because it's further to us, it's not blocking out the entire disk of the sun. It's leaving a ring around it, consequently the ring of fire. But what's different about an annular eclipse as compared to a total eclipse is, with a total eclipse, when you're in the area of totality, it is safe to look at it during totality without your goggles on and to photograph it without any filters on to protect it. Do not, I cannot repeat this stronger, do not do that with an annular eclipse, because we are not covering the entire surface of the sun. So the annular eclipse can only be safely viewed and photographed with protective gear, which means those eclipse glasses for your eyes, and if you're using a telescope, binoculars, or a camera, a approved solar filter at the front of the lens, not down the optical train. So that's why I'm giving you 2 months notice. You got 2 months to dig out those eclipse glasses wherever you've hidden them in your house. And if you haven't done so, if you haven't kept them, to get some. And I will be putting a link down below here of some websites that you can go and get your order in early. Even if you're in Ontario, it's not recommended to travel up into that area in Northern Ontario or in Northern Canada, especially to view this. And why is that? Well, there is a pandemic happening right now. And in 2 months' time, I doubt that we're going to be past the worst of this pandemic. So travel into those areas is not recommended. You may be putting yourself at risk for exposure or risking the people that you're running into on that trip. So do not carry a plague with you and don't carry a plague back. There will be many options to be able to view this on computers, and there will be, as the eclipse itself approaches, places like the RASC will be giving updates as to how you can safely view it on a computer without traveling to those areas. My plan originally when I heard about this was, I'm going to go to Northern Ontario. It's going to be a 12-hour drive. I'll be up there, no problem. And then COVID came, and I do not want to take that risk on my own personal safety and anyone else's. So what I'm going to be doing is, on that particular morning, I'm staying in my own home province where I can see a 50% version, or the 50% coverage, assuming the weather's clear. And that particular morning, I will be doing a live stream event, as well as there will be many other live stream events happening, which you'll be getting more details on as we progress towards. So mark your calendar, June the 10th, sunrise, and it's going to happen really fast. It's going to be over in about, probably, depending where you are, half hour to 45 minutes. And I'll also be putting a link down below of where you can go to find out exactly what kind of coverage and timing in your own area. So find those eclipse glasses, and if you don't have them, buy some eclipse glasses, but do this safely. Remember, I cannot overemphasize this. There is no safe way to view this eclipse at all, period, without protection for you, your telescope, binoculars, or your camera. Take care, everyone, and clear skies. If you want to continue on this voyage of discovery with me, please click on the subscribe button. And you can also follow my personal exploits on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just search for Living Sky Guy. Clear skies, everyone.